So lonely now. It takes courage to go beyond what you've already known, what you've been told. It takes courage to dream about things that people tell you will never be able to get. Like I said, two kinds of people: those who hate to question what's beyond them and those who love to question what's beyond them. And I've just gotten balance the scales. You can't force everyone to awaken.
If you haven't actively created a vision for your life, then you're probably creating a reality that you don't even want. If you don't make a plan, you will fall into somebody else's plan. Most people never do this, and as a result, most people live mediocre lives. How do we get clarity on the life we want to create? This is the first step of creating your ideal reality, of taking what you have in imagination, the results you want to see, the life you want to live, into physical form. The way we do it is first by asking, what do I want? You have to understand that you are the creator of reality. You are not a salmon, you're not a chimp, you're a human, and you have impact on your life because you have impact on your thoughts, on your behaviors, on your beliefs, and how you move through the world. So, what do you want to create? Do you know? Or are you just wandering through life? If you haven't already, I would encourage you to journal about this. Fill out an entire page answering specifically, what do you want? The health, the wealth, the friendship, the family, the romance, the lifestyle, the service you want to render to the world. What specifically do you want? Once you know this, we go into step 2. Who do you need to become? There's a gap between who you need to be and who you are right now. We need to close that gap because as you change into your ideal self, your world will become ideal. As you change, reality changes. So who do you need to become? What skills do you need? What behaviors do you need to start implementing? What beliefs do you need to start ingraining in your subconsciousness? Who do you need to become? This is your higher self. Once we're clear on who they are, then what we need to do is start to close the gap between us and them. We have to start changing our behaviors, start acting like them, moving like them, behaving like them, start not doing what they wouldn't do. Stop scrolling so much, right? Put away the things that you know are distractions. Focus on what's real, on the behaviors that are going to get you to the results you want. And then you walk the path. You're clear on your vision, so you have a destination. You're on a journey towards somewhere, so you're no longer wandering. Because if you don't have a plan, you'll fall into somebody else's plan, and that invariably leads to mediocrity. If you want a full journaling guide on how to do this process, you can find it for free in my Stan store.
Meia casona, tire cadonde a solai verosmeto zero, yo erosmote azotia doko resondai tuzutuko los resmato. Iarson teoskolas erosgavia tene verishe. But orina score bedas erama ila isunto koti de reshinoto erbakada vaze erevatonde alakatete. But Geresono Geros deras nireta cause like jurmeta vazia ijirineta. Right? Gores me to gorstitova Gershina tor kiskanosa zombateskila to chichamas kifasere rezunda e cachores svarkitome e koto areteni kitokotoske borstu kvekita chinge das alle to gorsmia Azumbato korrusikita ashikire ezeta tikiteko zumbarta tikita rusochirebe ba yukaresinde vereko jinento karameta あと、lo sapete che verso moto giorni te verso un covele te note, na? Nai, but jo reson Jake don't this matash as of a senecata, she to resembles it. Carajun care. Cade! Oh, daravada. Cade! Bur! Gade, korumadan sitene ya orsunu liziki de orsunu ya bali kene to ka vi orsunu be resun to ko bedi korusun daizi iki jine to azaton kom vai ko to indiki azen nebe kituna to risikita ermita tikita izalate nata. So, ishi de son vekita zit to ko ba shikena zupa katate kana zoto na. Resun mai ke to pia resun visa kato doji isa kata to resun. And ele kanai que je ba as que tu sem que queres vou dazo to komar e tu tori kita ilar shike vatenda sukote Pareció no coto cajena to ve cara zoto bela edere neketa eje ara siki teve you know some people like curse is the one who puts his trust in man is all I'm trying to say. And with that being said, blocked. Just because I want to see if like I know that curse is the one who puts his trust in man. I know. But it's like I feel like God, he's not gonna tell me what to do, but he's also not gonna ignore me either. Like he'll send subliminals. So he's like, girl, you know what you need to do. But I was like, but I thought that, it had to be like that. And sorry. This person just corrected me on my spelling on a YouTube comment that had nothing to do with them. So I was just like, bro, what are you talking about? People are not worth, your like stress. Anyway, it was interesting how I was so quick to be like, fuck off. But then when it comes to, other people, you kind of like let shit slide, innit? But I've just had enough of that. So, and it's like that happened on Tuesday. Today's Thursday. I don't really care anymore. Like if God was gonna use him to help me, I don't think he would constantly drag it. And it doesn't come with sorrow. Like the blessings of God don't come with no catches, no sorrow. So I'm like, you know what, Lord, like corazonisa tu verito jinetakata disoneazoto jirendavo. It's 11:39. Like it's almost like borderline impossible to get weed now with my own strength. But I don't know why I started recording. I just kind of felt like it was a download, and I kind of just felt like that's actually mad. That's what triggered me, because his name is the Keys Man. So he stays on his paid phone to correct people on the internet about how they spell things. Like that, like he was saying, how I used quotation marks instead of inverted commas, and I was just like, bro, like, if you care that much, pay my bills, nigga. Like, what the hell? Anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so now it's kind of like up to God. I mean, it's not up to God because he's been saying it, but he doesn't hold grudges against me, which is like the best thing ever. So I'm like, you know what, God, like, I'm not afraid to say that sometimes I be ignoring God. Like, sometimes he'll tell me something and I'm like, well, Lord, I'm waiting for you to tell me. He's like, girl, you know that you know that you know what you meant to do. And I'm like, no, I don't. No. But I gotta remember that if he's the supply and we're so close, then he's not the reason that I don't have weed. He's just not. There's something that I'm not putting together, and he gonna wait for me to put it together before he give me some weed. Like, I don't know, it's kind of shifted now. Like, before, I don't know, it was different. Now I can talk to him in way more deeper ways, so he doesn't really want it to be like this normal smoke. Like, he really loves being intimate with me, and I love it. And time isn't real, so like, I'm not gonna labor for something that grows on the ground. I'm just not. And I know that even though like delayed obedience is still disobedience, honestly, I should get no reward for this. The point is that God is so good that he doesn't hold grudges, and he will wait for me to realize something so that he can move forward. So it's not like, is there another way to get weed? That's not it. There is. There fully is. I just didn't want to pick that way because it was unknown to me. I didn't want to pick that way because I was just kind of like, God, this is convenient. But now I'm letting him put new snow on the tracks, and my mama is like, she's not at home tonight, because she's with her man. Thank the Lord God Almighty. And that's what I'm saying, like, he set it up for me. So I'm like, no, it's definitely not him, because this has happened too many times now where I'd be like, no, God, or I'll wait for somebody to, yeah, curse is the one who puts the stress in man, is all I'm saying. And when I speak with intention, when I do things with intention, it, like, this shit just happens, and I don't even, like, plan it. I think God likes having that, not mystery, but he likes doing things that make you go, oh my God. And if I'm like getting weed from the same ways, there's no oh my God element. It's just kind of like, okay. So I'm really like thinking that I should just chill out. Really, like, I should just chill out and let God provide. I should just chill out and let God provide. That's literally all that it is. And I shouldn't feel bad about blocking or anything like that, because, if I gotta block some people, if it's people that are blocking my blessings, which technically, is me, because I'm letting them stay there when I can block, it's not really in his hands anymore. It's in mine. But right now at 11 p.m., I gave it to him, and I said, you know what, Lord, I had the best day ever, and I know how I want to seal it off. I know how I want to ascend into the next day, not worrying about nothing, like coming back to this video and kind of fucking laughing. Like, I can't believe I was worried about something as small as this. Because like, weed is such a small thing to think about. It's so fucking small. But you're so like caught up on the when and the how, there's so many things that happen, and you're just like, bro, like, you're not meant to labor, is all I'm saying. That's just not God's plan for me, and I choose to stand by that. I don't really choose to think of another way to get weed, because every time I try, it just doesn't really work. And I'm just like, you know what? God is going to do his thing. Whether I, like, the world is still moving, whether I choose to get with the program or not, whether I allow him to show me another way to get weed or not, or should I say to receive weed. And if he just wants me to be open to receive, it means that he doesn't want me to look back. So, yeah. Yeah. I kind of feel content. I feel like I got the message. I don't feel like, oh my God. It was like, okay, I've got something that I need to face. And the truth was, it was like believing that God could give me weed outside of like my friend. Which, would I say he's my friend? We give a lot of labels to people. He liked the God in me, but he didn't necessarily like me. Because when people like you, they just treat you a lot different. And since I did shrooms, like the people that I knew kind of completely, not all of them, that's a lie, not all of them, but the people I was directly close to, they kind of like took a step back, a big one. And I don't know if that's because they don't like this version of me, or the God in me is now too intense for them. Not for me though. Yeah, smoking just opens up a part of my brain that has always been there as a tool. And I have to also realize that smoking, like, God wants me to smoke on my own, like, but I'm not on my own. I just meant that he wants to be my supplier so we can do this personal thing together how we always used to. And I'm for it. I thought that he wanted me to like constantly smoke with people or something, but which I will in the future, but he actually wants to build me in that too, outside of the parameters of the guilty conscience that I got from my mother, because if I care about what she thinks, I'm never really going to move forward, kind of thing. So I completely understand. And I am going to watch this video and align myself and be like, God, I am sorry for trying to use for trying to put new wine in old wineskins, or just at least knowing that there's new wine and still holding old wineskins instead of putting them down, knowing that if he's giving me new wine, he also has to provide the new wineskins, because I only have old wineskins. I can't contain what he's giving me. And I just have to kind of relax and trust and believe like today's been a great day, and I'm not going to ruin it by thinking, oh God. Like, we're actually transitioning into Friday, the 5th day of the week, the month of grace. And I fully believe, and I'm in that mindset of it's coming to my door. I'm not going outside to get something that is freely given and naturally grows. That was all. So yeah. And I don't know what's going on. Like, I actually don't know what's going on. Everything is just, but this is the point. This is what happens. This is the first time I'm gonna successfully quantum jump and record it, because things have just been falling apart for a long time, like, and I've just been acting like it hasn't. Things have been falling apart for a long ass time, y'all. I'm trying to not see numbers as an obstacle. Numbers is everywhere. It's everything. Shapes are everywhere. I'm gonna have to use money and spend it, and seeing it as anything but a tool, and not actually having a healthy relationship with it, It's 4:20. I told you guys I always see that. I mentioned the hotboxing because I normally smoke with the window open, but I closed it, but I left the door open, and and obviously like the curtains are open too, because I would do the opposite, close the door, curtains, very dark room. It was a very dark room. Like, I put a blanket on the window. Yeah, people, the pits that I've come from, I'm like, there's no way I was brought out, one, to not record it, and two, to not live to tell it, I am alive for everybody that isn't. And I'm just too chill to worry about what's gonna happen next, especially when I smoke. All of that comes from lower vibrational versions of me. And the door was opened. Like, the veil was kind of torn for me. But it wasn't my fault. I wish I knew that though. And the beautiful thing is, now I get to tell other people, you're not crazy for, dreaming about something and it happens, feeling a passion so deeply for something that it almost paralyzes you in the 3D. That's spiritual psychosis though, when the download is almost too heavy for you. So you're wondering, why the fuck is my mind contradicting my whole 3D reality? But you didn't process, and you didn't know that it was your higher self telling you, I'm trying to push you out, but not in a way of like force you out. They want you to come out. So you can't be forced to change. They can only send messages in different forms, such as dreams, conversations, and people, even food. Because this is my last smoke and talk here. I just know it. I can just feel it. And I remember when I realized, oh my God, we're going to Paris, like, I literally kind of just, that was the first time I realized manifestation was real, because I felt the joy. I was like, oh, we're going today, and I don't have to labor for it. I don't have to labor for it. Like, that's why it was taking so long, because I thought I had to do it myself. I still think that I'm alone. But that's not true. I just needed to come back and tell Kim that I don't hate her, that she's okay, and I'm alive today because of her. Because even when she wanted to die, she kept going. Like, you feel like you're at your worst point, yet you keep going. Like, how can it burn my fingers and it's not, like, do you see what I mean? Everything is just kind of like, I know it's not gonna be smooth, in a sense of like, it's a new path for me. I'm walking the steps of people before me, obviously, and they're watching me and supporting me, but this is me, innit? So all of my life I've been lied to, and then you finally realize the truth was there the entire time. But like, that's the point of the lie. You're not meant to perceive the truth. So I'm just gonna play it, because now I really want to listen to it. The song I made. This was just a short. Rather be emotional than hurt inside. That's why I cry. Do you ever look at your Is it hard for you to Is it hard for you to Wow. I can't lie, I was kind of hating at first. I was hating at first. I was like, what is that? And then she kind of went, I was like, I forgot, oh, she's kind of cool, not her climbing. And then she went off. I said, whoa, you kind of ate. I'm not gonna lie. Ah. I'm dead. I was actually hating at first, guys. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Man, I was hating. Oh, I've never judged myself so hard and then loved myself so much at the end. That's literally what life is. But I just wanted to post it real quick because if I don't do it now, I just won't. Something about singing just makes me really, I don't want to share it for some reason. I really didn't want to share this, but how long can I care? I know my highest self has already posted it. Doesn't actually matter. Just post. I don't care who sees it. Do you know what I mean? It's the fact that I social media is like connected to me. It's a beautiful reflection of my brain. Like the people that I talk to now, the posts that I see. Like, look at my adverts. Not ecclesia. Like, look at my adverts. Like, bro, it's all poetry. It's never anything, you know, people just talking. Like, it's all. And I literally was wanting to get a tripod, and now I'm seeing a tripod. See? Anyway, it's just so funny to me. It's so funny to me. Anyways, this is my Weetabix. I'm gonna listen. I explained this in my other video, but basically, you know how like if you live with your parents and they cook the food and sometimes you don't like eating it because they're your parents. Obviously, this isn't for people who grew up with gentle parents, lol. I'm saying for the ones, you know, where they even hold it against you, like how they always provide for you and stuff, and it makes it harder for you to eat. But my point is that the universe is still using them to provide for you, so do not think that you can't eat. The point is you have to counteract what they're saying by speaking into your food and by making your own combination. So like nobody but the universe could have taught me this because I would have never made this. And this is my last one in London, so it's the last time I'm eating food like this. Do you know what I mean? I knew everything was preparation. It's just mad for it to actually be like, oh wow, the jig is up. Like the universe was not lying. Yeah, I really am God and I love him, but I know he's not bound to a gender. It's just because I grew up in the church and I've seen him work in the church, y'all. Bro, I'm gonna be honest, like, you know, if you demonize anything, you give them power, which is also almost like, I feel like demons are the entities, the shadow versions of ourselves we refuse to face. obviously I will find that out in due time. I'm not saying that Satan isn't real. I'm saying that I've given him too much credit in my life. Anyway, so bran flakes, Weetabix, the secret ingredient, peanut butter, honey, like hot chocolate, like you just put it, some in your milk, and sprinkle some here. But I don't sprinkle, like, this is literally like I'm eating chocolate, but not like full chocolate. It's like hints, right? And then cinnamon powder, and I like coffee as well, but I ain't got none. So I had like a Nescafe latte. That's really good as well, because it balances out the chocolate. That was pissing me off, man. Okay, it posted. Yay. I'm leaving it now. So that just sounded like a whole lot of what? Exactly. I would have never, ever. Nah. How can my hands be that dry? Do you know I don't even have cream here? I don't even have cream here, y'all. Like, that's how I'm not meant to be in this reality. Like, something, well, we know what was off. But like, I'm not showing you guys my dry hands, because you just stare at it, innit? No, what? How? Like, I just realized that every time I would shower, I would just use my mom's cream, because she's at work, so. But I realized, like, even when before I even went to uni, I always had a goodie bag in my bag. Perfume, cream, jewelry, Vaseline, my lip liners, even a little mirror, lash glue if I needed it. And it just took so long for the universe to tell me that shit wasn't my fault, because I was like, what do you mean? And like, if I wasn't here, we always think like, oh, if I'm not here, it wouldn't make a difference. Like, it would make all the difference. It would make all the difference. You don't get to 8 billion by all of us just saying we don't matter. And we're not 1 in 8 billion. Every single one of us make up the 8 billion. Obviously, like, that was just a given number. You've got to think about other beings and stuff. Man can't have this dryness, but that's very telling of just where I'm at. Like, everything here is dry. Everything here is dry, y'all. Like, fake happiness. And I don't know what is going on with my stomach, but I just thought it would be good to eat, because there was just a time where that was not a thing for me. And I really thought that I was so different, but I'm not. I have changed drastically. But in terms of like humor, it's just almost like it's gone deeper. Do you know what I mean? If you hate the old versions of you, I'm so different from her, but I am not separate from her. Do you know what I mean? I love her. And I thought that the universe was taking me back, but they were just taking me back to love her. That's why I was saying, like, for me, because remember, the divine is going to meet us all differently, manifest in all different ways. But for me, he was more than the divine. Like, he was an emotional being that cares if I have toothpaste, and a specific one. Like, you know, we would talk about mud and TV shows until I couldn't anymore. Like, and when all I could do was watch TV shows, I thought he hated me, but he was watching them right there with me. He was like, how can I do that? I created them for you. Let me just show you what's going on. I don't know, like, first of all, my you know, me and my stomach were just gonna have to. And now I'm seeing a fly, and if this fly starts surrounding me, I'm going to understand that there's a message that I'm not flipping receiving. But how am I not receiving a message? I'm recording, I'm eating. What's going on? Nah. Do you see what I mean? Like, everything is just going wrong, man. This is what the actual fuck? You know, I don't even know what to do. Like, I don't know whether to move, like... If you feel bound in a certain area, I don't care what it is, you need to leave. We are not made to be bound to anything. See, we are stars bound to bodies. Like, that's the only thing you need to know, that you are this beautiful celestial being that is in an avatar, and you don't have to kind of detach, you don't have to attach. You have to have a balance of the both, that you can have both feet in the spiritual, both feet in the physical, understand the duality of humanity and divinity, and know that you are allowed to be both. You are allowed to have dreams and let your bank and your bank account tells you a completely different thing, because you have feet in the spiritual and the physical, so you can tap into things beyond you. Even when the physical reality hasn't caught up yet, it doesn't mean that these things are in your head, that you're lying. You just need to get to the reality where that exists by allowing the 3D to tell you lies, because it just confirms what you're thinking even more. You have all of these big dreams, you feel so rich, but the 3D is telling you you're not rich. It's telling you you need to work and work and work and work and work. You want to be in a relationship, but the person does not feel like they come in, but you know they exist. So is it that these things aren't real, or that the reality is what's lying to you? So-called reality, which isn't even real anyway. So trust yourself more than what the 3D is telling you, because if you listen to the 3D, you will just be as consumed as our parents and everybody that went before us. That programming, you must free yourself from that programming. We are not meant to feel trapped, we are meant to move. And that was just really heavy on my heart. Like, you are leaders. I've already said this. Like, I am a leader who raises leaders. You don't see this if you're not a leader. That's the energy that I give out. That's the assignment that I've been given. That's what I chose to do when I got here. So when I'm telling you things, I'm telling it from a place of conviction that I actually know what I'm saying, that I didn't think I'd be alive today, and yet here I am. I always wanted to help people. I always wanted to tell people about my spiritual and physical experiences, and I felt like nobody's gonna listen. It was that the people around me weren't listening, y'all, because I was preaching to the wrong crowd. Stop preaching to the wrong crowd. Stop telling people of dreams that don't dream. Stop telling people of your dreams when they don't dream, is what I meant. Allow yourself to be free. They agree as well, man. They know what's up. And you need to know what's up as well. You need to go back to your roots, baby. Be free. If nothing is real and you can create your reality, create it how you want, baby. Create it how you fucking want. And don't let anybody stop you. That's just what it is. Hey guys, look at all that. I'll talk about that in another video. But basically, I was watching my own videos. I was watching Chosen One's We Need to Go. And she said, if you were leaving today, because that's another version of me, we quantum jump every millisecond. You just don't notice because each universe is so identical. But the further you leap, the different it gets, right? So now I've taken these things down and I was like, what I have, all the books that I have, I don't have a big enough bag for this. And I kind of realized that is my money. So I have everything that I need. It's about clearing everything that I can't take with me. So maybe I'll do a time lapse and just have a look. Proper, like Jukai. I left the house all clean and tidy. Don't come searching, please. I've made my way down to the forest, way down to the sea of trees, sea of trees. The eagle growl gets enormous, and then it has to be. That's Janae, if you didn't know. So yeah, I think that's the point. I'm not cleaning today because I need to clean. There's something, no. This is the cleanest my room has ever been. It's a perfect mess. It's so perfect. And I knew I realizing I'm not the problem has changed me. But to become the solution, to become that version of me, who knows about the one way? Who knows what's in my bank account? Who knows the subconscious fears? It's about observing. Am I really ready for what I'm asking for? Leaving and not coming back. I must take everything that is divine with me. Every book, every poster. That's my paper. You know what I'm saying? That's my paper. That's my paper. Maybe that's the point. I'm not meant to have a bag to safely carry all. You can't carry all your hopes and dreams in a bag. You can't even carry them in your heart. That's why you're so depressed. Your dreams are too big for your environment. It's too much. It's making you so upset that it's just a dream because you know it's not just a dream. And my mom is at home right now. And when I go out of this room, she's going to come out of her. She copies me. It's very interesting. When she hears me cleaning, she's going to start cleaning or cooking. But when I'm in here, she doesn't go outside. Which just shows who's the real owner of the house. I don't need to own this house. I own the world. I'm not trying to dominate it. I'm trying to liberate it. My people specifically. The ones I'm assigned to. I'm not assigned to save everybody. That's just the real truth. You get over that phase where you want to save the whole world when you realize the whole world does not want to be saved. The people like you and I, we gotta save ourselves, y'all. So I hope this gives you hope. And I'm gonna put in my mind, I said I want to do a day trip somewhere. I just watched that video, that's why I said that. You guys thought I was joking when I said I'm talking to myself. Like, I need my own videos. I need to binge myself to know, oh wow, I said that. Like, it wasn't just in my head. So for you, the more that I tap into myself, the more you can tap into yourself, make a voice note about your dreams. Maybe you pack with me. Maybe you make a video. I told you, you will have that fear of being perceived. That doesn't mean you shouldn't start recording. Doesn't act like it's a YouTube. Hey, ask your higher self who already has a YouTube to help you. I'm not even going to be on YouTube for more than like a year. I'm going to create my own platform. Take all y'all with me. These niggas getting 30%. No? Need a platform where creators are not afraid to be themselves, not afraid to be perceived, and anybody who has ill intentions, they won't even be able to get in the club. I don't worry about wicked people. It's not my job. If I'm in right standing with God, if I'm in right standing with self, I'm in alignment. I've never felt more aligned in this place that doesn't feel like home, because I am the home. We can see now I'm the one that gave this room life. You are the one that gives things life. You give your ganja life. You give food life. You let all of these things control you. As I eat modified food, I'm like, this is not going to poison me. Frequency is raised. I said, no. God is in this food. I talk through my food. You are no longer modified. Don't get. So I quantum jump to a reality where I truly believe it's not modified. It's not that the food isn't modified. I just quantum jump to where I believe it's not. It's about faith. And if I can talk to my food, I can talk to you, talk to myself, to the atmosphere. My smoke and eat videos, I haven't watched them back because they're very spiritual. Like, no one really knows that I couldn't eat without watching somebody and smoking first, because that's what I was meant to be doing. Recording, smoke and eat. So as I'm recording, I was watching maybe a prophet. I watch loads of prophets. I've always been drawn to prophets. And like any prophet, like I'm just drawn to them. I have all their spirits, you know. That's how you know that they're watching over me. They're helping me. They want me to know that they exist, no matter the religion. There are so many unknown prophets. There's this poem that I had as a PDF online. It was the first one. I haven't seen it since. I saved it in my notes. I know I did. And that poem, it felt like I was reading something that I wrote. So when you're listening to me and you're like, how is she saying we've met before? This has already happened. It's why we quantum jump. It's why I'm about to quantum jump to Paris. But I'm in London. Why I can say I want millions and billions of people around the world and I have 33 subscribers. Because I see beyond the 33. And I'm grateful for the 33. I'm grateful for this place. I'm grateful to be here. And I won't beat myself up if I know there's some things I need to do first before I start sharing who I am. And the point is to just record, and maybe you only post a snippet of a video. Maybe allow yourself to show yourself how to love yourself. My mother did not teach me how to love. My father did not teach me how to love. They were definitely in love. You know, I've seen the pictures of them. It's not who they are today, though. It's easy to be in love. It's not easy to stay in it. When the child comes, are you ready to look after a child? Is it that they wanted children, or they never prepared? So I don't want that abundance to come to me and I'm not prepared. I'm not coming back here, and I'm gonna pack that way. Doesn't matter what my bank account says. And you know, I used to do this in a few videos, so I'm gonna do it again just so we can all laugh together when it happens. How do I have this much faith? Where is it coming from? Not the 3D, y'all. So let this be a reminder to you. Your 3D will ask you, do you really believe you're in abundance? Do you really love yourself? Can you really show what this 3D is telling you right now, knowing that this is not me? I made spaces for like Madrid, Manchester, Czechs, Brighton. They have nothing in them. They got nothing in them. I have one on my other card for Amsterdam. So, is it that these things aren't real? Or is it that I have to trust myself beyond these numbers? Bro, what did I say before? 92% of the money in the world is digital, just numbers on the screen. I was reading a book, but let me confirm for you guys. %90 is digital money. 90%. We think that 90% isn't gonna flow to us. You're waiting for paper. This is the new paper. And I was listening to Cleo Soul, and will you live in regret? What are you living for? Purpose or blame? As long as there's tomorrow, the sun will come out again. Will you live in regret? Oh, if only I saved that money. If only I kept that job. If only I didn't quit. If only. Well, you did. And maybe you don't know why. It's time to find out why we did those things, why everything is divine. So I go first. I'm gonna pack with no destination. I just know that I'm not coming back here. Bye, y'all. The sun, can you feel the sun? Can you feel the sun? Can you feel me? Can you feel me in your heart? Oh, I am one with you. I am one with you. I am one with you. You are one with God too. We are one. 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 Wow. We are one. Okay, y'all. So, behind the scenes. Hey, Joy. divine. You know you already have all the shrooms you need. All the money. The people. There are people around the world who have been dreaming of you. But not this version of you. The one that has the long hair. They don't fully recognize you yet. Just because your mother hasn't shown you love, do not put God and your mother in the same category. It's insulting. He loves you. He will watch war after war because he knows you will rule it all one day. You already do. You have him. You don't need anything else. Heaven and earth will pass away. And all you will have is his words. Has he ever lied to you? Do you know that you can't stop the voices? You have to rise above them. You know you don't need to shout. You just need to sing. Everything is a melody. Everything is a song. Sing your song. Tell your story and tell it well. Don't hide anything. Say it from love. And I'm gonna intercede for you. There are people drowning every day who smoke weed. Do you know that? Looking for videos like yours. If you stop now, so will they. You can't stop because God is going to put these people in your path, but you must know it is him. There are fakes everywhere, but you're too real to not know. Sometimes he'll just test you so you know what fake is. He is not trying to torture you, leave you in suffering. He wants to take you through it. When you realize somebody's taking advantage, you don't give them an explanation. You block and you say, God, make clear the lesson so it doesn't repeat again. Don't beat yourself up because of suffering. You have to go through it. It's balance. It's the love that can never be taken from you. How beautiful is that? That the last word is love. And it's exactly what you have, what people are looking for, you have. So when you say, the love I'm looking for, it's you. You're just looking for yourself. The voices never stopped. You just rose above them. They used to be in your head. Now they're just in 3D. and start making content. I'm gonna intercede for you because I know you can't. Right now. Somebody texted me and said that they love my mindset that anything is possible, and it's true. So, thanks. If the noise won't stop, I will rise above. God, eternal. I'm not asking you for mushrooms. I am taking my mushrooms. The mushrooms you created for me. For the ones like me who just want to know more of ourselves, more of you. Intimacy beyond the unseen, beyond the seen realm, and into the unseen. Love. That's why I want to do shrooms. Love. Everything I haven't received, I receive in a bite. And all I had to do was acknowledge the one who gave me the bite. I acknowledge you before shrooms. I acknowledge you on shrooms, and I acknowledge you after. Whether I get shrooms today, whether I don't, I surrender to all possibilities. You are not the reason that I don't have money, or shrooms, weed, anything. You're not the reason. But there is one. And worrying about those reasons won't give me what I want. I love myself enough to ask you right now, when I'm hearing the same voice that used to be in my head telling me that you hate me. I hear that same voice outside of me now. And the voice within saying, just speak, just talk, just be real. So, the more real I am, the deeper I go. So, I don't care if people think I'm crazy anymore. I just don't care. Trying to fit in is fucking agonizing. Like, I don't know how Kim did it. It fucking hurts to know that you have so much for me. And I'd rather stay around people who don't believe that, who have limiting beliefs, who dismiss trauma, and would rather lift up holy hands and pray to you. I couldn't stand you at the time, but it was never you. I was like, why? Like, why? Just because my mother doesn't speak to me doesn't mean that you don't. Doesn't mean that you don't love me. Do you know there are so many judgments about you? Even I think I know you, and I don't. If I can't understand you in the 3D, I can't understand you beyond it. So God, help me. Help us. Help your people all over the world. Help your chosen ones understand who you are in the 3D We are not meant to pray for money. We are the fucking money. I don't wait for digits to change. I tell the digits to change. I don't need to labor for shrooms. The shrooms come to me in any way, shape, or form. I'm tired of laboring for what freely grows. I'm tired of laboring for what freely flows. I'm tired of complaining. I'm tired of living in other people's reality. I'm tired of being with my mother. God, I'm tired. I am tired of being afraid to cook, of counting when to use the toilet. I'm tired of not wanting to shower because I have to use her cream. I am tired of getting closer with you every day, and she puts up a new picture from over fucking 20 years ago. How telling is that, Lord? That all she can do is post old pictures. We live together and we don't have any pictures since my birthday. And she doesn't I never got up food with her. I ain't spent my birthday week or anything like that with her. You are the reason. You gave me a good birthday every year. I'm tired of her taking credit for it. I'm tired of talking about you. I'm not talking to you. I'm tired. Tired of hearing about you. I need you to do something for me. I need you to get me shrooms. I need to microdose with you. I need to quantum jump. I need to do quantum. I need to go from right here. I know I can change my world from right here. You exist in the unseen. I'm in the scene. So, this is beyond me now. We're tired of hearing about you. Show who you are through me. Choose me. Love me. It's me you're looking for. That one in a city of billions. In a world of billions. That one righteous person you're looking for. That wants to know you is me. It's me. I know you're not looking for perfect people. You're not looking for slaves. You're looking for friends. I want to be your friend. I want to know you the way Abraham knew you. Knows you. Yeah, there's no death. Now I feel dead to everything I know. Her voice isn't so loud anymore. It doesn't hurt so much. I feel like going to sleep now. so happy. And as I finished my prayer, fire descended from heaven and consumed the burnt offering and the other sacrifices. At that moment, the glory of the Eternal filled the house. The presence of God comes down and rests above the seat of mercy on the covenant chest with the winged guardians as his footstool. The Eternal's glory filled the temple so overwhelmingly that the priests could not enter. The Eternal's glory filled the temple so overwhelmingly that my mother could not enter. When she saw the fire and the Eternal's glory, they fell prostrate before the temple, worshipping and praising the Eternal One. He is good. His loyal love lasts forever. His presence is so filled within me. Just because people fuck this Bible doesn't mean that I'm going to. I am not other people. Just because other people have thrown your name around doesn't mean I will. I'm not other fucking people. I will not lift up holy hands on Sunday like a hypocrite. I won't. I must become the Sunday every day. As promised, I have chosen this temple as the place where my name will dwell and where I will receive sacrifices and prayer. I heard your prayer and I will honor it. He has already honored my prayer. Oh my God, I feel good. That was so intimate. That was so intimate. Bye, y'all. This is, I don't know. It's just time to rise above the voices. They're still there, I just rose above them. I don't need to defeat demons. I have more power than them. Like, that renders them powerless. No matter what power they have or try to use against me, I still have more power. I still have more power than what the 3D is showing me. And I choose to create my own reality as a co-creator. I don't know everything. And if there's a divine being, more than one, first of all, who says I want to help, let us create. Let us discuss this. You're just not selfish at all. I want to microdose and make a YouTube video for somebody right now who thinks, God, if you don't give me a sign today, I'm done. Today, Lord, today. Let me understand how many people are on the other side of this screen. I don't know where this video is going to go, but I just record now. There's always someone listening. Always. We just can't see it. I choose to remember. I choose to see. I choose to be free. Remind me of who I am.